was never a genre that particularly appealed to me. It's never anything I've gone out of my way to see, barring scant few exceptions. And even within those exceptions, I'm either making fun of it or watching it for everything but. And yet, a lot of my favorite stories feature it, either as a focus or a secondary part of a grander narrative, and so, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, insert consumerism joke here, I'd like to break down my favorite scene from Deltarune. Let's talk about the Ferris wheel scene from Deltarune, Chapter 2. One of the major reasons that this scene is significant is because it forces Susie to show intimacy. It's illustrated with little hints for Chapter 1, and more blatantly during Chapter 2, that Susie clearly cares about the people around her. But, due to unknown past experiences, it's difficult for her to be intimate, her gestures of verbal affection always being in a distant or awkward passive-aggressive tone. Heck, it wasn't even until the final battle of King that she was able to call Chris her friend. Noelle has been rather upfront about her feelings towards Susie throughout this chapter. However, Susie isn't great when it comes to understanding this sort of thing and doesn't pick up on them. And yet, right here, in this very scene, for the first time, the pair are alone and forced to talk to each other. And it's made clear that those feelings are mutual. Granted, it's still said in a Susie slightly tsundere-ish way, but the point remains applicable. What I really like about this scene is how awkward the dialogue is. These characters are teenagers, and their odd phrasings do a phenomenal job of demonstrating that. Something else I want to highlight here is the reason Susie never picked on Noelle, that being the pencil she shared with her, and how it retroactively makes Chapter 1 Susie more nuanced. What I'm trying to say is that this relationship is a natural outgrowth of Susie's initial character arc, of learning to be less of a jerk and appreciate her new friends. Now, I spend a lot of time discussing how this develops Susie's character, but how about Noelle's? Well, what is it that Noelle admires about Susie? Why, it's her strength and ability to speak her mind, of course. In a way, Susie inspires Noelle to fulfill her character arc about learning to say no. In other words, the relationship itself is beneficial to the development of both characters, which is why this scene is so effective. Admittedly, part of what makes a romance work for the reader is how invested they are in the characters, and I'm rather biased here, as Susie was my favorite character when Chapter 1 came out, and Noelle is my favorite character overall, but I know for a fact I'm not alone here. As proven by the thousands of works of fan art for a relationship that hasn't even technically started yet. People are really fond of this pair, and I look forward to seeing how it develops in later chapters. If there's one takeaway I want to give you from this video, it's the following. To put it in the most dorky way possible, the relationships we form with others, whether it be platonic, romantic, or something in between, can inspire character development within ourselves, and we can inspire character development in others. With that said, thank you for watching, and please, take care of yourselves.